Good morning, Nigeria. I like to say that TVC has a finger on the pulse and our eyes on the streets, and we do our best to bring you trending stories from across the globe and Nigeria in order to have some productive and hopefully interesting dialogue about these stories that are making the headlines. In our first submission, the Nigerian music superstar Davido is not one to stay silent when it comes to his family. This week, tensions flared after Honorable Timothy Owoeye, the former Speaker of the Osun State House of Assembly and APC stalwart, publicly declared that the governorship ticket of the All Progressives Congress is not for sale to the Adeleke family. Now, these comments came shortly after Davido, his billionaire father, Dr. Ademola Adeleke, and his uncle, Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke, paid a high-profile visit to President Bola Tinubu. While many people speculated that the visit signaled a possible political crossover, Honorable Owoeye wasn't having it. During a press conference in Osogbo on the 4th of June, he emphatically shut down any such idea, making it clear that the APC ticket door was, in his words, not open to the Adelekes. Take a look.
Say this categorically that APC ticket is not for sale. As a matter of fact, as at today, we don't see Adeleke as member or part of APC as a party. Let me be sincere with you. The APC in Osun State remain the party to beat. If not because of the fear of unknown that is disturbing Adeleke family and PDP, they wouldn't have showing the intention of coming to APC. APC ticket, come rain, come sunshine, is not for sale for Adeleke family.
Davido is a man who is never shy with his comebacks, and he clapped back in a typical cheeky fashion. He referenced a alleged viral incident that plagued Honorable Timothy Owoeye a couple of years ago, and the Governor of Osun State's son, Adeleke, joined him, and they both commented laughing emojis under this post of Honorable Timothy Owoeye. This was very, very interesting to watch. We've often talked several times on this show and on this segment about if Davido did decide to run for office. He's a man of the people. Would it be possible for him to transform his celebrity influence into political power? Because he does come from a political lineage, and there was some public sentiment that was stating that why would Honorable Timothy Owoeye say that it's not for sale? Is he implying that the Adelekes often use their wealth or their influence to get political power, political favors? Let's take a look at social media. At Olaski, said, "Sir, for the Adeleke family to visit Mr. Excellency is not a taboo, sir. It's a show of respect." And His Royal Highness King Emeka says, "I told you guys that David's visit to Aso Rock is to pave the way for his uncle's re-election. Osun State is a tough state politically. The margin of victory in the last election was very slim. The president's cousin and current minister is still a formidable force in Osun State. The dancing governor wants to join APC and wants an automatic ticket. If the president agrees to this, it will destroy the APC political structure in Osun. I don't think this is good overall for Osun State." I'll tell you now that Governor Adeleke has bigger fish to fry. He's just recently dragged the federal government to court for withholding local government allocations, but he's still paying the local government staff. So he's got bigger fish to fry, and he hasn't officially come out to say he's going to be defecting anytime soon. But we wait and watch as the elections come up. In another development, once hailed as a rising star in African tech circles, Nigerian programmer Sapphire Amasi is now facing up to 20 years in a U.S. federal prison for her alleged role in a multi-million-dollar cyber fraud ring targeting American government agencies. Now, she styled herself as a tech queen, but was arrested by the FBI in April in the Bronx, New York. According to the U.S. court documents that are now circulating, she was a key player in transnational syndicate led by Ghanaian national Samuel Kwadwo Osei. She allegedly used her software skills to create fake U.S. government websites that tricked employees into giving up secure login credentials that the syndicate then used to loot public funds. Investigators are saying that the group stole millions of dollars between the years 2021 and 2023. In one case, they allegedly diverted about $965,000 from the city of Kentucky into a fake account. But I think what's truly stunned followers about this story was the double life that this young lady led. On social media, she flaunted designer fashion items, the latest tech gadgets, and glamorous getaways to places like Greece, Portugal, and France. And her online image was full of curated selfies, motivational posts, and big girl energy, which earned her a cult and big following among young African tech aspirants. Now, people are saying that the glittering image was funded almost entirely by fraud and cybercrime. Agemasi and her several co-defendants are currently in custody and they are awaiting trial in Lexington, Kentucky. If they are convicted, they do face up to 2 decades in prison and possible deportation. I think that tech is a double-edged sword. On one hand, you have it empowering young African techpreneurs. On the other hand, you have people like this young lady weaponizing it for cybercrime. And I hope that this narrative, this story, doesn't change the view of young African techpreneurs. We have people like Olu Adeleke, the co-founder of Flutterwave. We have Ezra Olubi, the co-founder of Paystack, who have actually used tech to empower the African digital space. So I'm not going to look at a story, I'm going to look forward. Let's take a look at social media. General Junku says, don't envy what you don't understand. Many people have lifestyles that are funded on crime and fraud and other questionable sources, and it's important not to make them your standard. Face your front and your own journey. And Rupert says, this is why everyone needs to practice contentment. As long as you're putting in the work and doing your best, whatever anyone on the internet has should not move you. Everything is not as it seems, especially on the internet. Indeed, team, we are constantly talking about how there are real-life repercussions for our digital footprint and our digital character. So this is very, very interesting to see this young lady, tech queen, calling herself tech queen, even teaching people how to get into software development, now saying that she's a fraud. For me, my greatest worry or feeling about that is that she's Nigerian, and she has sort of underscored the very bad image that people have about our country. If God has given you a skill, try as much as you can to use it for positive things, not negative things. Unfortunately for her, she is going to cool somewhere and think about her good behavior or bad behavior as you may want to think about it.
I'd like to take that story as well. It goes to show that all that glitters is not gold. And that some persons, live certain lives that if you search, you get to know that there's something dark about them at the end of the day. It also reminds me of some persons in the tech space who work in banks who steal customers' monies, and then those banks try to cover up for them so that it wouldn't impact their image. It's just sad that we are seeing some development when we're talking about technology, how it's empowering people, but other persons are using it to steal others blind at the end of the day. I hope that if she's found guilty, as she cools her feet in prison, she'll relive those memories she lived and make the right decision at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
And Olamide, when you check her Instagram, the lifestyle she was living is just totally unmatched. And I tell people, be your own role model. That's why I say it, because you look at some of these people on social media, you feel like you're not doing well. I'm sure a lot of tech people were looking at her and saying, what am I doing with my own brain? It's so sad that she's Nigerian, and then I also know there's a Ghanaian involved as well. I tell people as Africans, we need to portray Africa in the right manner. It's sad that this has happened, and it's now a dent on, tech in Nigeria. But I know that there are tech people that also do great at what they do. If she's found guilty, she definitely needs to face the wrath of the law.
Davido has unarguably done quite a number of great things for himself,
The man of the people.
A great name that has emerged from this country, and we love him quite a lot, and we can't sometimes separate him from his background. Very wealthy, politics, education, and all of that. So we wait to see in the coming days what would happen, Olamide, as to what his uncle said. This young lady that has done this about this country, she's one in a million. We have more, Nigerians all across the world in different sectors doing absolutely well, excellently well, putting a good green, light on the country. And so I'm saying this to the rest of the world who sometimes chime on one item of a bad news about Nigeria to say we are bad. Look to the various other persons across the world who are doing great things about this country. Please, and let's keep the name of Nigeria afloat for all things good. After all, we're celebrating Salah today. Hello.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that submission. Indeed, she was a small girl with a big God.